pilots. Tight through display. After its own limitation, the pilots to fly inverted position before he pushes upwards into a negative 3G manoeuvre. All the bird is now trying to rush to his head, and it's probably the most uncomfortable manoeuvre he performs during the whole display. To just under the speed of sound, that's about at 690 miles an hour. And into a 9G, a positive 9G wing over there. All the blood is instead of rushing to his head, trying to rush to his feet. Looking for Noel, some very impressive aircrew equipment, which includes a full-body G-suit and pressurised oxygen-based pumps into his lungs. This allows him to stay awake and continue his performance. Once again, selecting throttle idle, he slows down for the slow speed pass. Now, he'll have a ground speed of around 130 miles an hour. That's the kind of speed you'd expect from a light aircraft, and not one that weighs over 16 tons. The one time against the look down the ground, and please give them a big wave, ladies and gentlemen. All the rest of the team on. We are the operational conversion unit for the Typhoon Force, where all qualified pilots come to learn how to fly, more importantly, how to fight the aircraft before moving on to frontline squadrons. 140. Royal Air Force, typhoon display.
Just entering from the left there they are. Beautiful shine inside. Silver painting there. Again, what a beautiful sight and quite a unique sound that both jets are making there. Approaching the camera today, we have Mike Leckie. He's a serving Royal Air Force. Look high to the right, the hunter there, just chasing him down. As the hunter runs in now for his 4-point roll. It's going to need a lot of power. You'll hear it roar as it climbs away at the end. As it comes around the duck and climbs away, he's ready for its high-speed final pass.
guess that Dave would put up for a few rolls there. It's just got to be done on a day like this, hasn't it? It's irresistible.
As I said, she left the Royal Air Force in 1993 and didn't fly again until 2007. Here she is, your Falcon. So, a brief Falcon howl, that unique sound that the four Olympus engines make. And the man operating the throttles and indeed flying her for the display is Phil O'Dell. And sitting alongside him is Martin Withers, the chief pilot of the Vulcan to the Sky Trust, the man who flew the Vulcan down to the Falkland Islands in 1982. Was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross for that. And the third man of the crew down the back, the Air Electronics Officer Jonathan Lazari, minding the electrics and various other bits and pieces of the aircraft. So she came in just now about 345 miles an hour, and here she is coming back towards us from the far side. I think when she gets a little closer, Pod, that's Phil O'Dell, put the power on and put her into a spiral climb. Of course, this aeroplane was designed to be part of Britain's nuclear deterrent. She was one of the aircraft that kept us safe during the Cold War. Frederick Forsyth, the author, said, "It's a fool of a nation that doesn't honour its veterans and revere its saviours." Through its long career, the Avro Vulcan was both of those things. At the height of the Cold War, the most dangerous years, 1956 to 1969, silent and invisible. Not sure about silent, but anyway, Vulcan patrolled the perimeters of hostile airspace, and when tensions were at their highest, Vulcan held the line, saying by its presence to any aggressor, "Don't even try it." And they didn't. So I see that Pod has got the wheels down now. All 22 wheels, 18. I think I'll rephrase that. All 18 wheels, 16 on the main undercarriage, and 2 not going down. Right wheel. You might have noticed those big undercarriage doors, which were down when the wheels were down. After we had some underwing tours at one of the air shows this year, I think it was Waddington, we discovered on one of the undercarriage doors a full lipstick kiss, which went viral when the pictures of it went online. But we do try to discourage that because we don't want to be always cleaning them off. Doors open. See the huge Bombay doors. You will get a chance when she comes back to see them again. And that is the size of the Bombay that carried, well, first of all, the hydrogen bomb, the megaton weapons. And then when Vulcan became a conventionally armed bomber, it carried 21 1,000-pound bombs. And that was the load that Martin Withers and his crew took from Ascension Island down to the Falkland Islands in 1982. It was the longest bombing raid in history at the time, 7,731 miles. That's about as far as from here to Bali. But to get the Vulcan 607, there and back, took 18 refuelings from Victor tankers. 18 refuelings to get them to the bombing target and back again. Here we see the bomb bay still open and closing as she comes past. Lots of names inside the bomb bay of people who've contributed. A fundraising for this aeroplane is done by the Welcome to the Sky Club, and you could become a member of that. And there you get an idea of how manoeuvrable that aeroplane is. She has quite a tight control column rather than bomber-style yoke. And at the Farnborough Air Show, I remember seeing this, not very long after she first flew in 1952, she was actually rolled by the test pilot. She could still do it today, but she's not allowed to. But she is indeed very manoeuvrable. She's coming up to her last pass here, and this is her last formal display of the season, although I'll tell you about what she's doing next week in just a moment. But here she is, your Avro Vulcan V2 XH558. Well, next week, actually, it looks as if she might be coming by again. Next week, as it's the quarter century since the Berlin Wall started coming down, we've been celebrating the end of the Cold War that signalled all this season, and she's going to be doing a big tour. But how nice of Pod and Martin and Jonathan to come back one more time. She's going to set out from her base at Robin Hood Airport, to Sheffield, otherwise known as Royal Air Force Spinningley, on Thursday, and she's going to fly over all 10 of the Royal Air Force V-Force stations. She's going to do a little mini display page. Find out more about that if you go to the website, welcometothesky.org, or catch her on Twitter at XH558, or search for her on Facebook